What's going on, YouTube? Day 7 of the boot camp is today, and today I'm pretty much going to be discussing time, or my kind of idea on what time really is. And it's not too complicated, in my opinion. Really, the only thing I care about when it comes to time is if I'm trading an XX45 candle. So, if I'm trading an XX45 candle, I require the manipulation or a double purge to occur inside of the macro. So what do I mean by that? I'll give you some examples here in a second, but that's really all I care about when I'm looking at time. Other than that, it's just open, high, low, close, and open, low, high, close logic to me. That's all it is. So to speak a little bit more on the XX45 candle, why I require manipulation or a double purge to occur inside of the macro, the reason is because you're front running sometimes a new 4-hour open, a new hourly open, it might be a 6-hour open, whatever the case may be. You're front running a higher time frame candle that holds more weight, so you need to you need to put these candles to a standard. You need to have standards for them. So the hourly is more important than my 15-minute XX45 candle because, it's an hourly candle, so there's a lot of handshaking going on at that point. So that's why it matters to me that the manipulation or double purge occurs inside of the macro. And let me show you guys some examples on trades that I would pretty much fade because of the lack of macro manipulation. And by fade, I mean I just won't take them. Doesn't mean that I would do the opposite of what they're telling me, but here we go right here. So you can kind of already see here we're in premium of this range. We get our manipulation here, right? And the manipulation candle is XX45, right? So it's an 1145 candle. Now, if we go down to the 15-second, you can't really tell in the 15-minute what time it purged at or manipulated at. But if you go down to the 15-second or a lower time frame, you can see here that we manipulated at 11:46 a.m., 11:45, 45, 11:46, right around that time, right? So if you're looking at it from terms of my model, if you've already caught on to it by now, you would anticipate taking this breaker formation right here and having your stop at the high, right? Target your 2R, yada, 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 doesn't matter. This is a failed setup because of the lack of macro manipulation. Now, there is times where it will go, and that's okay. You can just let those go without you. Sometimes it'll purge at 9 or XX47, and then it'll just run away. Those are the trades that I can let run without me because they do not follow the model in my perception of time when it comes to these reversals or continuations. So, printing out the day a little bit more, you can see here we have this high. What do? We purge it at 12:45, XX45. So now what we're going to look for, same type of deal. We're going to look for the breaker, and you can see here we purged it right at 12:45. So you would enter on this breaker as always with your time-based change in the state of delivery. That's the little dotted line right here. That's the opening price of this 12:45 candle, and then you would target 2R from there. So we'll let this play out. You can see, oh, it looks pretty good, right? But it ends up failing again because of the lack of macro manipulation. Now, let's find some examples where we got the macro manipulation that we wanted to see. There was one. Going to find this one for you guys. Right here. Same type of scenario as always. Premium and discount, the most important factor in my trading. 12:45 is the manipulation candle, right? So let's put this in replay mode. Back it up a bit. You can see here, this dotted line is the opening price. And what do you have? You have a breaker that aligns with that opening price right here. So that would be your entry, right? Now, what you see here is we purge at 248. We take out this low, which is the previous candle's low, at 248. We run it a little higher. Macro opens, and then we double purge right here. So that tells me that I can get involved with this and front run the new hourly open. Stop at the low. Target 2R. From there, which would be right here. And we can play this out. Takes some time, but nonetheless, it does eventually get there. Right there. So that's why it's super important, and that's the only time I really care about time when it comes to my trading. Majority of the time I am trading continuations, so it doesn't matter specific. I can trade it on an XX15, XX00, XX30, but once it's an XX45 candle, I need macro to manipulate or double purge. That is the most important aspect for me when I'm trading, when I'm trying to front run a new hourly 4-hour or 6-hour candle. So yeah, that's pretty much the time video. If you guys have any questions, as always, comment down below. Peace.